AudiobookHub recommendation. If you know Haymitch as the broken mentor from the Hunger Games, this story shows the moment the Capitol forged him. It's a thriller of propaganda and punishment, where every performance has consequences, and the cost of defiance is paid by the people you love. AudiobookHub 1. The Name That Shouldn't Be Called. Haymitch Abernathy runs through the woods like the world is ending, because for him, it is. The air is full of screams, gunfire, and the Capitol's cold efficiency. A boy tried to escape the reaping. The peacekeepers shot him in the head in front of everyone. The broadcast cut away. The Capitol cleaned the mess in real time. Now Haymitch is on the ground, face pressed into brick, hearing boots stomp and rifles click. His head still throbs from the rifle butt he took while trying to shield Lenore Dove, his girl, the quiet, covey musician with dangerous songs. He's not supposed to be here. He already survived the draw. He was meant to go home. But Drusilla Sickle, District 12's escort with a plastic smile, needs the show back on track. A dead tribute can't ride the train. A riot can't go live. Someone must replace the boy who tried to run. Haymitch hears his name as if it belongs to someone else. He sees the cameras swing. He sees Lenore Dove's face in the crowd. No tears, no performance. Just a hand to her heart and lips forming words only he can read. I love you like all fire. And then the Capitol seals it with confetti and applause. Not from District 12, mostly from far away. From people who don't smell the blood on the bricks. Haymitch's life splits into two pieces, before the stage and after. After, there's only the train, AudiobookHub 2, Birthday, Bootleg, and a girl named Lenore. Before the square turns into a slaughterhouse, Haymitch wakes on reaping day, his birthday, with one plan. Finish his work early so he can spend the afternoon in the woods with Lenore Dove. He's a seam boy, raised by a widowed washerwoman who wastes nothing, who counts every scrap, who expects him to carry the family the way coal trains carry the Capitol's wealth. Haymitch's morning is labor. Hauling cracked corn for Hattie Meany's illegal still, chopping wood, moving supplies. Hattie treats him like a mule, but also like a partner in training, and slips him a rare gift, a bottle of white liquor and time. Time means Lenore Dove. Lenore Dove is trouble wrapped in music. She's Covey, descended from traveling performers who were trapped in District 12 after the war. She loves old poems and dangerous logic, questions everything people accept as inevitable. She sings rebellious songs in private and says the mist is the friend of the condemned because it hides you from peacekeepers. Haymitch finds her in the meadow with her geese. She gives him a birthday present, a beautiful metal piece shaped like a C, decorated with a snake and a long-necked bird that merge into one, also a flint striker. Pretty with a purpose, she says. Survivors. He wears it like a promise, but even their kisses can't drown the calendar. This year is the second Quarter Quell, twice the number of tributes. Haymitch counts his reaping entries. He's taken tesserae to feed his family, so his name is in the ball 20 times. Every extra ration is another chance to die. When he heads to town, posters scream Capitol propaganda, no peace, no bread. Snow's face looms over the square. The reaping isn't just selection, it's theater. And District 12 is about to bleed for the cameras. AudiobookHub 3, a riot, a bullet, and a replacement. The reaping begins like always. Anthem, treaty of treason, forced obedience. Drusilla draws two girls, Luella McCoy, a tough 13-year-old from the seam, and Macy Donner, the rich merchant girl who thinks everyone else is beneath her. Then she draws the first boy, Wyatt Callow, quiet, older, unreadable. The second boy should have been Woodbine Chance, and it is, until Woodbine bolts. His family blocks peacekeepers. For a heartbeat, it looks like he might make it. Then a shot cracks from the Justice Building roof. Woodbine's head explodes. The screens go dark. The Capitol rewinds reality. Chaos surges. People scream, scatter, reach for their children. Drusilla screams about delays and broadcast buffers. The Capitol doesn't want the nation seeing District 12's disorder. They want the reaping to look clean, controlled, inevitable. Lenore Dove tries to help Woodbine's mother cling to her son's body. A peacekeeper lifts a rifle to strike her. Haymitch runs, because he can't watch her get beaten. The rifle butt catches his temple. Pain flashes white. Hands slam him down at Drusilla's boots. "Well," Drusilla says, "I think we've just found our replacement." Plutarch Heavensby appears, Capitol producer, smiling, assessing, already editing the story in his head. He warns Haymitch to behave. "Don't be stupid. She'll kill you." Then he positions him like a prop. They go live again. Drusilla draws Wyatt a second time, then, without looking, calls Haymitch's name. The crowd barely reacts. District 12 doesn't cheer. The Capitol audio feed supplies applause anyway. Haymitch walks to the stage because he's seen what happens when you run. He locks eyes with Lenore Dove, mouths the only truth he can offer, and becomes what the Capitol wants him to be. A tribute. Worse, Drusilla denies goodbyes as punishment for the display. Haymitch's mother and little brother Sid are reduced to reaction shots for Plutarch's camera, forced to cry on cue so the Capitol can sell the moment. Then the train takes him away, while Lenore Dove howls on a ridge, holding the gumdrops Sid delivered. AudiobookHub 4. Capitol Makeovers and a Death They Won't Admit. On the train, the 4 District 12 tributes sit in a neon plastic compartment. Haymitch, Luella, Macalee, and Wyatt. Plutarch feeds them sandwiches stacked with meat and smiles like kindness is a tool. He edits their reaping footage to erase the riot, card stacking the truth into something sponsor-friendly. He sells the Capitol a story where District 12 is compliant, not enraged. Macalee is sharp enough to slap Drusilla back when she's hit, earning bruises and the escort's hatred. Luella becomes Haymitch's ally by necessity and trust. Wyatt reveals his secret. He's tied to the Booker boys, gambling on Hunger Games odds. Luella suspects he's dangerous. Haymitch still doesn't know who to trust. In the Capitol, humiliation begins. The tributes are scrubbed with chemicals and insecticides, shaved raw, chained to tables. Their stylist, Magno Stift, arrives late and useless, shoving District 12 into recycled miner costumes. In the chariot parade, their skittish horses bolt after fireworks. The chariot crashes. Luella dies when she hits the pavement. Haymitch holds her and refuses to surrender her body, steals a career chariot, and lays her beneath President Snow's balcony so the Capitol can't pretend it didn't happen. Then, in rage, he applauds Snow, forcing the president to own the death. The Capitol likes controlled tragedy, not accidents. They don't want Luella's death to be part of the official story. Snow later reveals the solution: a body double. A starving, programmed girl made to replace Luella so the Quarter Quell looks perfect. Haymitch meets her in Plutarch's mansion, under Snow's gaze. The fake Luella repeats a script. "My name is Luella McCoy. I'm from District 12. Snow demands Haymitch play along for the cameras, or he'll orchestrate a slow, spectacular death for Haymitch and punish the people he loves. Back in the tribute apartment, they name the girl Lulu and try to feed her like a human being. She eats like she's never been allowed. Mags, District 4 Victor, comforts Haymitch, while Wyrus, District 3 Victor, speaks in patterns and rules. For the first time since the reaping, Haymitch gets something like kindness. AudiobookHub 5. The Newcomers and the Trap inside the garden. Training begins, and something unprecedented forms. A massive non-career alliance. Ampert, a brilliant 12-year-old from District 3, recruits districts to counter the career's usual dominance. They name themselves the Newcomers, fresh miners, not trained killers. Maiseli surprises everyone by using her obsession with jewelry to strengthen the alliance. She redesigns and improves Tribute's tokens, turning scraps into dignity. Haymitch's instincts tilt toward rebellion after Panache attacks him during knife training. For a heartbeat, with knives in many hands and peacekeepers outnumbered, it feels possible to turn on the capital right there. Plutarch, hovering like a vulture, presses the question, why do the many submit to the few? Then the real trap reveals itself. Haymitch learns Ampert's father is BT, District 3 Victor, forced to mentor his own child as punishment for sabotage. BT quietly teaches Haymitch about circuits, machines, and the hidden mechanics of arenas. He plants the idea that the games aren't just cruelty, they're infrastructure, a brain, a system, a thing that can be broken. At the same time, Snow tightens his leash. Haymitch earns a humiliating training score of 1, ensuring he appears weak and isolated. But the 1 also becomes a story. Sponsors start watching him as a dangerous anomaly. Drusilla pushes him to be naughty, not dangerous, a charming rascal instead of a rebel who inspires others. On interview night, the Newcomers present unity. Lulu, with a snake and broken programming, screams, "You'll murder us!" Live on stage until the game makers drug her into silence. Haymitch plays the bootlegger angle, mocks careers as near-beer careers, and wins applause without openly declaring war. Behind the scenes, BT and allies smuggle explosives through tokens, District 9's sunflower ornaments, and Ampert's cord-hide bomb materials. Plutarch privately feeds Haymitch clues. The arena sun matches real direction, and flower berms may open portals. By the time the tributes enter the arena, Haymitch isn't chasing victory anymore. He's chasing a way to break the machine. AudiobookHub 6, Poisoned Paradise and the Price of Straying. The arena is designed to seduce. A perfect meadow, singing birds, fruit-laden woods, clear streams, but it's a lie with teeth. Haymitch bolts north with a pack, spear, and knife, away from the bloodbath. Cannons roar, 18 die quickly, then more. The trap reveals itself when a rabbit drinks stream water and dies instantly. Haymitch has already swallowed it. He survives only because his pack contains charcoal tablets, an apparent joke that becomes an antidote. The realization lands. The cornucopia supplies aren't just gifts, they're clues. The arena's food and water are largely poisoned. Without cornucopia provisions, tributes die slowly, stupidly, and off-camera. The capital built beauty as bait. Lulu finds Haymitch, guided by the implant in her ear. Find Haymitch. She can't stop herself. She's a tracking device wrapped in a child's body. Keeping her alive becomes a second job, until she inhales bee balm pollen on a berm and convulses. When she dies, Haymitch tears out her drug pump in rage, denying the capital its control, until shock butterfly mutts swarm him and force him to flee. He discovers the butterfly bush berm opens like a door, a portal, He wedges it open, then later meets Ampert, who arrives carrying sunflower tokens taken from dead District 9 tributes. Haymitch pretends he's merely learning the woods. In truth, he's waiting for the moment to strike. That night, they descend through the berm into Sub-A and set the explosive on the massive water tank. Batmutts attack during the escape. The blast tears the tank and floods the tunnels. Haymitch barely survives, choking up water as the arena shudders above. Ampert doesn't survive. Squirrel mutts, programmed for him alone, strip him to a skeleton. Haymitch's grief turns into violence. He chops at the arena itself, screaming, refusing to perform a neat death. For a moment, the sky flickers to the real stars. The arena stutters. Haymitch believes they drowned the brain. Then the mountain erupts, an engineered volcano resetting the games. The machine adapts. It doesn't die. AudiobookHub 7, Sisters in Blood, and the end of the Newcomers. After the volcano, the remaining tributes collapse toward survival. Haymitch meets Macalee again near the hedge maze, and together they kill careers in a brutal ambush. Proof that the capital's order is fraying. Macalee becomes his closest ally, not because they like each other, but because they keep choosing not to abandon the other. They share what little they have, 50-50. They drink sponsor grape juice like it's sacred. They mourn the dead by naming them, counting them, refusing to let the capital reduce them to numbers. In the middle of horror, they become family. Sis, he calls her. She answers it, but the arena punishes competence. A porcupine mutt destroys Newcomers' buck, chicory, and hull. Macalee and Haymitch survive by luring it away with olives, outsmarting the natural rules again. They swear one of them must win, not to celebrate the capital, but to tear up its script from the inside. Haymitch's rebellion keeps mutating. He tries to reach the generator by cutting through the hedge, only to discover a cliff and a force field that rebounds thrown objects. The generator is visible, tauntingly close, yet unreachable. The machine protects itself. Then Macalee goes back into the hedge for their potatoes. Pink bird mutts, programmed for her, attack. Haymitch can kill birds, but not stop the beak that drives through her throat. She dies holding his pinky, demanding he keep fighting. Her death is her poster. Furious, unbowed, unforgettable. Now only a handful remain. Welly, the last of District 6, is starving in a tree. Haymitch feeds her pudding and chocolate and rigs a potato battery light so she isn't alone in the dark. Even Silka, the final career, briefly shares the tree's shadow in silent misery, accepting chocolate dropped from above like a truce no one speaks aloud. By dawn, Haymitch understands the truth. He can't save everyone, but he can still try to choose who wins. AudiobookHub 8, the final posters. Haymitch realizes a final explosive may still exist, hidden in Macalee's token cord. He confirms it, a blasting cap and fuse. His new plan is desperate but clear. Keep Welly alive long enough for her to become victor, then lure Silka to a public place, near the cornucopia, and destroy the symbol of the games in full view. But the capital moves first. A sponsor gift arrives, a milk pitcher identical to the one in Plutarch's mansion. Haymitch reads it as Snow's message, poison disguised as mercy, a test meant to force him into surrender. He throws it away and runs back to Welly, too late. Silka has found her. Welly's head is in Silka's hand. A poison dart hangs uselessly from Silka's sleeve. Proof Welly tried to fight, tried to be a newcomer to the end. Haymitch's rage turns cold. "You're not going home," he tells Silka. "He will not allow a career victory, They fight with axes. It's ugly and human and unglamorous. Silka wounds him badly. He stabs her and runs, bleeding, toward the cliff where the generator hums behind its force field. Silka throws her axe. Haymitch drops. The force field rebounds it. In the cleanest irony the capital never intended, the axe returns and buries itself in Silka's skull. She dies not to skill, but to the arena's own physics. Haymitch is gut-slashed, fading. In his hand is the last bomb, sunflower explosive, fuse, and flint striker. He lights it anyway and throws it into the canyon below the arena, aiming for one more disruption, one more poster the capital can't erase. The blast rocks the world. Haymitch slips into darkness, believing, briefly, that he has chosen his ending. AudiobookHub 9, Nevermore. Haymitch wakes alive. Not in District 12, but in capital captivity, strapped down, drugged, watched. The story the nation saw is not the truth. The recap edits out sabotage, erases rebellion, reframes him as a brutal survivor who wins by arena mechanics, not by defiance. Snow crowns him. The capital celebrates him in a gilded cage. Then the real punishment arrives. On raping day, his mother and little brother Sid are burned alive in their home. Arson disguised as accident. Haymitch staggers into the flames too late, restrained by friends who tried and failed to save them. In the same wave of cruelty, Lenore Dove is kept trapped on the Peacekeeper base, and then killed with poisoned gumdrops. An intimate assassination delivered through the one thing that once meant love. Haymitch's grief calcifies into isolation, drinking, and rage. He pushes everyone away because love has become a target. The flint striker, snake, and bird becomes a relic of what the capital can never fully destroy, even when it kills the person who gave it. And the final lock clicks into place. Haymitch is forced into his future as a victor mentor, watching new children step into the same machine year after year. The sun rises again on the reaping, and he is still alive to witness it.